Hey everybody, welcome to the first official episode of Let's Talk. And we're coming to you live at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it is about, I would say, let's see what the time is here. 12:20 a.m. where I'm at here in Oklahoma. The elections just happened, and my microphone is a lot better. The last few live streams I didn't have a very good microphone, and this time it's a lot better. And if I stop during the stream at any point in time, it's because I want to hear myself talk. To hear myself talk, and I'm not saying that because I'm narcissistic. It's because I rarely do live streams anymore, and I want to make sure everything's set. Okay, it works. I had to mute the stream, and I'm sure none of you are watching right now live, but what I will do is copy, open with another window. TWITTER, go to Twitter. I'm going to go to Twitter and tweet out this episode of Let's Talk. I'm not going to cut anything. I like doing live streams because no edits. Get rid of that out of my way. I'll have to wait for Twitter to load up. The last few times I went onto Twitch, I try to do live streams on Twitch. I'm not very good at doing any Twitch live streams. I'm more better at watching a Twitch live stream than anything else. And Twitter still hasn't loaded yet. Okay, it's finally loaded, and I'm composing a tweet. Oh no. I'm sorry about this. It's kind of slow. All right, it's tweeted, and I should be expecting viewers to be popping up any second now. All right, here we go. There will be a slight delay between the questions and answering thing. If you leave a question in the chat, there will be a delay. Expect people to be joining up real soon from Twitter. And I'm also going to share this on Facebook. Get people to watch, get some of my family members in on this. If there's any delays, I apologize. I'm looking over to the side here because I've got another monitor that I can look at. And if any time during this stream that the I'm sending this to Facebook too. If anytime I pause, it's because I have to cough. Well, the primary elections to determine who are the candidates for um, Senate for the Republican and Democrat here in Oklahoma has been determined. The only thing that hasn't been determined is the House of Representatives is the position that James Langford had that he left vacant to take Dr. Coburn's position. It's kind of late. I'm not sure if any of my family members are awake at the moment, but they're probably all asleep. And if any of you are awake, that it came from Twitter. Hello. Oh, what can I say about politics is that I'm getting sick and tired of it. But I will be happy when everything is done, especially state politics. In this first episode of Let's Talk, we'll just talk about some random topics. I don't have any set list of what I'm going to talk about. It's just going to be random things from the top of my head, and this that's what these episodes are going to be all about. These episodes of Let's Talk will just be me talking to you guys and you talking to me, and it's kind of a Q&A. If you have any questions you want to ask me, then I'll answer your questions to the best of my abilities, and I'll ask you guys questions, and you can answer to the best of your abilities. If you're watching this live, this will be a Q&A. If you're watching this later on in the future, just leave a comment in the comment section down below. But it's just become very difficult for me at least, to do streams on Twitch. I have tried that many times, failed miserably. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do anymore as far as streaming is concerned. Um, oh, sorry about that. I'm tired. Like I said, it's about 1 in the morning. Yeah, it's about 12:30 in the morning. Not sure if anyone's going to be coming on over here. If any of you are watching from Twitter, um, hello. Any of you watching from Facebook, family members, hello. I know you guys are proud of me for doing this. Um, I will probably upload this to both Twitter uh, and Facebook. There'll be just links to this live stream here. But I want to tell you, if you are watching this and you are not able to chat, you have to have I think from what I've read, I think you have to have a Google Plus. Um, if they've updated it, I think you have to have a Google Plus, um, either a YouTube or a Google Plus account. Not sure, but yeah, this may be a short one. This may be a long one, but it'll be as long as I want it to be. There's a video that I've been seeing on YouTube. What is it? There's an old gospel group from the early 1990s called Gold City. Back in the day, back in the early 90s, there was a television network called PAX TV that is now Ion that used to show um, different gospel groups. It was a gospel quartet showcase from in the early 90s. I remember watching it and seeing a bunch of different gospel quartets that I've never seen before, and I think one of them was Gold City. Um, Gold City has a few good. Um, they do have a few good songs. I've forgotten them now. I uh, I also want to reiterate, if you're watching this live, put comments in the chat. If you're watching this after the fact, after this live stream is over with, leave comments in the comments section. Give me your thoughts on how I'm doing. If you think I'm doing a good job, give me a thumbs up. Or if you think I'm doing a bad job, thumbs down. Leave a like, comment. You can share this with anyone you like. Um, Another topic I want to talk about is Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was tonight. Well, technically, if this is a 1 o'clock, close to 1 o'clock in the morning, it's still Monday night, and the match between excuse me, I have a hard time stuttering, Vicky Guerrero and Stephanie McMahon was a fitting end to Vicky's career. I thought it was a fitting end. Um, and I love the way they had her leave. They played Eddie's theme song, Lie, Cheat, and Steal. And she even said so in the ring that if there's one thing that my husband taught me, it was to lie, cheat, and steal. I'm very happy they brought Eddie up in the whole thing. And Vicky didn't leave with her head down, with her head held, with her head down, and all whiny and complainy. She left that building with her head held high, with all of the crowd cheering her. And Stephanie was right. Over the past 9 years, um, she was right about a few things. One being that Vicky was not a very popular person. She really never was. She was the first couple of months that we've seen her up until after Eddie Guerrero passed away, when Vicky became the general manager of SmackDown. That's when she decided to be the big heel. But I really respected her when we, I think it was shortly after inducting Eddie into the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure if I'm wrong. Please let me know in the comments section. In the comments section, let me know if I'm right or wrong. But it was around. I think it was right around the time when Vicky Guerrero turned heel. Is when her and Chavo had a long feud with Chris Benoit. It was after WrestleMania 22. That's when the moment when Vicky Guerrero turned heel was when she told Chris Benoit to stay out of her life, and she attempted to slap him, and he stopped it dead in its track. Stopped her hand dead in its track. But I liked Vicky Guerrero up until she joined forces with Edge, and that's when she became pretty snotty. I didn't like her after that, but I did like her when she left. I liked the way that they had her leave. Fitting, very fitting. It was a very entertaining segment. Very entertaining. But this is, for those of you that have been keeping up with my YouTube channel, I've been having other Let's Talks about the streak, about other things, but this is the first official episode of Let's Talk. It'll just be me talking about random things off the top of my head. No edits, all live. Even Vince McMahon had a philosophy that nothing can go wrong when it's live. Absolutely nothing can go wrong when it's live. If I seem tired, if I'm squinting a lot, it's because I'm tired. I am dead tired. It's close to 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this live stream, and I am just dead tired. Ooh, excuse me after yawn. Sorry about that. I am tired. I might just keep this short and sweet. But for all of these subscribers to my channel, thank you for subscribing, and please tell your friends about me. Share all the videos I have done. The 2013 Winter Storm. I've got a video up that I did about the Winter Storm. I did record videos from the. I did record some video footage of the tornadoes from May 19th and May 20th, but they were on my cell phone. I have no way of getting to them unless I have an adapter I can use to take that micro SD card and put it in the adapter. But I do have footage of the May 19th tornado that went through Fish Market Road and down through the Shawnee Twin Lakes area and down through Bethel. I do have that. I also have footage of my uncle's house the day after the day after the May 19th tornado hit his house. And unbeknownst to us, I want to tell you a very interesting story about the cleanup process that we had to do after my uncle's house got hit. We decided to wait until the next day, May 20th, to do the cleanup process on his house. And as we were doing that, we saw some very black clouds up in the direction. I had up in the direction of the Oklahoma City area. And we were on Fish Market Road, and we were looking up towards Oklahoma City, and we just saw these black clouds, and we thought, oh, wow, something's happened out there. And one of the people that were helping us, there were a lot of people helping out, cleaning different people's places. The damage that my uncle received to his home, he had a shop that was completely wiped out, nothing left of his shop, but the concrete that it was on, the concrete slab, it pushed his two-story garage that has an apartment above it. It pushed his garage about a couple inches off its foundation, and it tore a hole in the upstairs portion of his two-story house. And from what the insurance people said, when the insurance companies came out and when they looked at the damage, and they told my uncle, "You're real lucky. If it wasn't for the metal roof you had on your house and your garage would have been history." And it was very well structured. That metal roof actually saved my uncle's house, but it wasn't. The upstairs portion was deemed unlivable, and the entire garage, the entire two-story garage that had a little house above it, was condemned. The upstairs portion of their house condemned. And 1 year to the day, exactly 1 year to the day, they started the deconstruction process of their garage. Their garage is already gone, and they only have a few weeks left before their house is demolished, and they're scrambling to get all their stuff out, and they're trying to give away a lot of stuff too, clothing, shirts, shoes. There's a lot of stuff that they want to get rid of, but I'm not sure exactly what they want to get rid of. But anyway, as we were cleaning up all the debris around my uncle's house, one of the people that were helping us turned on the radio inside their vehicle, and as we were cleaning, we heard the radio, and it was tuned in to one of the stations that carries KFOR. Here in Oklahoma, it's KFOR News Channel 4. It was a local radio station that's an affiliate of KFOR Channel 4. And we could hear over the radio what was happening up in Moore. That there was this huge tornado that was just ravaging the entire city of Moore. And I think we all stopped and listened, and we were just praying that nothing bad would happen. And we would later learn after we were done. I think it was the next day. We spent an entire day cleaning up my uncle's yard. A lot of trees. All of his trees that he had surrounding his house, gone. The liner in his in-ground pool was nearly blown out. Nearly pulled out, actually. He had a trailer for his cattle that was banged up. His all of his tools gone, and all of his tools were in his shop, and they all got blown away. He had a pretty old tractor that got just totally trashed. I hardly even recognized his home when I went out and saw everything. It was just pure devastation. And after after uh, after that, we I went out to my dad's after that to make sure he was okay, because that tornado that went through Shawnee went near his place of work and went near his house, that May 19th tornado. And I went to my dad's house to see if he was okay, and he was. His house was intact. He lost power for a while, but he had no power in his house, no nothing. So we had to go to his place of work, and which was Motel 6. We had to sleep there for the night because he had no power at all. And on and I spent the night with my dad. And on the way back home, when my dad was bringing me back home, we stopped by all the places where the tornado had hit, and it was just the amount of damage that I saw on the roads near the Twin Lakes was just devastating, especially on State Highway 102 that runs from McLeod all the way down to Tribby, I think. It could go farther than that. But in between Lake Road, it was just power lines down everywhere on the road. A mobile home park got wiped out, killed a few people. But that paled in comparison to the damage that the tornado and Moore the next day after the May 19th tornado on May 20th. Now, what happened in Moore is what was heartbreaking, with the two schools being hit and all those kids being killed. I have to say right now to any politician from Oklahoma that is watching, get those storm shelters in those schools right now. Don't debate it. This isn't an issue about money. It's an issue about safety. Those kids that are in those schools here in Oklahoma, even around the world, need to have storm shelters, tornado shelters that can withstand an EF5 tornado, which is 300-mile-an-hour winds. Put those storm shelters in those schools. Don't debate it. Don't put it off. Don't say it's going to cost us a lot of money. Yes, it will cost you a lot of money, but in the long run, safety of the children come first. I want to stress this. Don't put it off. Don't just toss it aside because it's going to put it's too much money to spend. Don't worry about it. As far as our children are concerned, money should be no object when it comes to their safety. I've got 2 nieces, one on the way, and I want all 3 of my nieces to be as safe as they possibly can when they are at their school. I want to know that they are safe. If a tornado happens to appear and my nieces cannot come home from school, I want to know that if a tornado hits that school, that they have a shelter to go into and that they are safe. Shame on all of you who refuse to put shelters in Shame on any of you who refuse to put storm shelters in public schools because you're afraid that your pension will take a hit. Who cares about your pension? Only thing that I care about is the safety of the kids. And if that's not your focus, then shame on you. All you teachers who whine and complain that you're not getting enough money, I'd rather teach for free. I'd rather have a clear conscience. I'd rather know that the children that I'm teaching are safe rather than having a good pension. Shame on all of you teachers who rather have more money than have a safe working environment. Shame on you! How dare you call yourselves teachers when the only thing you're worried about is money? Yes, you should get some money to pay your bills, but the one thing you should be worrying about is children. The children that you teach should be your number one priority. And if that's not your number one priority, then quit teaching. If all you care about is money, then you shouldn't be a teacher. If all you care about is money, then work in some office building. Get out of that classroom because we don't need you there. If all you care about is money, get out of that classroom. There's no room for you if the only concern you have is about the money that you're getting. We should have teachers in those classrooms who only care about the students they're teaching and their safety. The number one priority for any teacher is the safety of his or her students. And that means having storm shelters in those schools. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm sick and tired of hearing superintendents and principals and teachers saying, well, if we put, and even legislatures, stop whining about it. Yes, it'll cost you money, but in the long run, it'll be money worth spent. I really hope all of you are listening out there, because I've had enough of this. I've had enough. All of you lazy people out there who don't care about the students that you're teaching. If you don't care about the students you're teaching, if your bottom line is the money that you're getting, then you're in the wrong place. You teachers who only care about money need to get out of those schools because you don't need to be there. If the only thing you care about is a paycheck, then you don't need to be teaching our students. You need to be in some office building. If money's all you care about, then get out of those schools and go to some office building because we don't need you there. What we need are teachers that care about the students enough to not care about their pension, to not care about a paycheck. The only thing they should care about are the students they teach. Their safety is more important than a big paycheck. I'd rather work minimum wage teaching children. But that's just me though. I'd rather do it for free. I'd rather teach kids for free. If their safety is not important to you, teachers, then quit teaching students. Money shouldn't be your bottom line. Money shouldn't be the thing that you care more about. I don't care if any of you are offended by my comments. I don't care. This is my First Amendment rights in action right here. My constitutional amendment, my constitutional rights of freedom of speech are in full effect here. And if any of you try to infringe upon my constitutional right of freedom of speech, you are going to have a serious fight on your hands. I've got two nieces, one on the way. And I expect that their safety is more important to me than how much money you teachers are making. I don't care how much money you teachers are making. That's not my bottom line. That's not what I care about. I care about the safety of the kids that are under your supervision from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. From 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., your bottom line, the bottom line should be the safety of the kids, not your paycheck. You know who you are. All of you teachers out there, you know who you are. Only thing you care about is a paycheck. The only reason why you're teaching is because it's the best way to earn the big bucks. If that's the only reason why you're teaching, go somewhere else. We don't need you. We need teachers who don't care about how much money they're being paid. We need teachers who only care about the safety of the children. Safety of our safety of the children of any school, whether it's a private school, public school, whether it's an elementary school, a middle school, or high school, even college. Even our college students deserve to have storm shelters. If you're offended by this, so what? I don't care. Because I've had enough. I really have. This episode of Let's Talk will go on for another 10 minutes, then I'll end it. You teachers disgust me. You teachers that are only in it for the money, you disgust me. All you teachers out there who only do it for the money, who only teach children for the money, you disgust me. How can you sleep at night? How can you sleep at night when the very safety of the children you're teaching don't matter to you? You're pathetic. Your number one priority should be the children that you are teaching, whether they are, well, it doesn't matter what grade they're in, whether they're in pre-K, from pre-K to 12. Even college students deserve to have teachers that care about them, not money, them. Any college professor out there that's only teaching for money, you don't belong there. We need college professors that care more about the students and their education, their safety, more than their own paycheck. President Obama, if you're watching this, something needs to be done about the safety of our schools. The schools, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, even our colleges and universities, and the private schools. Safety should be an issue. I'm not talking about the guns. The guns are not. Yes, we need to have more guards. And yes, we need to put guns in the hands of our teachers. But the only way I'll approve of putting guns in the hands of our teachers is if they themselves go through a background check. That's the only way I'll support putting guns in the hands of our teachers, because there are some teachers out there that have had criminal pasts, that have broken the law. And I do not want to have any teacher that has broken the law to have a gun in their classroom. Now, about the storm shelters, President Obama, I need you. We, the American people, demand that you sign a presidential order stating that storm shelters are mandatory in our schools. Make it happen, Mr. President. You can make it happen. You have the power to do so. If the Senate and if the House of Representatives and the Senate will not act, if they do not act, then you must act, Mr. President. I've never asked you for anything before in my life. I'm asking you now. Improve the safety of our schools, not only from guns, not only from explosives, but from the natural disasters like tornadoes, snowstorms, hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes. Make our schools safer from every possible thing that could happen. Make it happen, Mr. President. Make that happen. Well, I'll give this about 5 more minutes, then I'll end this episode. I've never been more impassioned about anything more than this than the safety of the children that are going to these schools. Safety of the schools should be the number one priority. The safety of the children that are going to these schools should be the number one priority. Storm shelters from hurricanes, tornado shelters. Storm shelters should be storm shelters should be well, I think I've ranted long enough. I'm going to stop this episode of I'm going to end it I'm going to end this episode of Let's Talk right here. I hope you guys hope I see you guys sometime in the near future. Bye bye.